everyone, it's Vosk. We're watching the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Today we're remodeling the garage to become our new YouTube studio and mining facility. If you've been following the channel for a long time, you'll know that we started from the bottom. We started from the bottom. Way back when I had so much stuff in here I couldn't even get my car in. Finally moved enough stuff out to get my car in, but then there's still really no room. And if you watch the background of all of our build videos, you can see the garage go through its evolution of a ridiculous amount of boxes to still a lot of boxes to not as many boxes, but still a cluttered background. And you know, we've just been trying to keep up with crypto, which is a crazy wild pace, and we've been so fortunate that the channel has done well. So we've been trying to keep up with a crazy video pace too, that some things just have to end up being neglected. And now, you know, we've got to pay the price here to get everything back in order. It's been a ton of work already, and we have a ton more work to go, but it's gonna be really exciting once we get it done. So what are we doing anyway? So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the plan top to bottom. From the top, we need to fix up some spots of drywall that are in the ceiling that have just kind of been messed up since I bought the house, as well as probably not at this current build point, but maybe if we need to install a couple light bars to get better lighting in here. We're also going to get a couple stand-up lights to allow proper illumination for our videos. Next up, the walls. So if you notice, this wall is a huge concrete poured wall. It's part of the foundation of the house, and that is what Corbin spent literally all day yesterday painting. And the issue is the builders, they build these houses and they use this terribly ugly off-white color instead of just a nice, bright, true white. So that's what we went ahead and painted on there, touched up that water pipe. For the rest of the walls, we're gonna be using a color called Stardew, kind of like Stardew Valley. Anybody out there play that game? One of the best games ever. And with that, we're gonna be painting that on the wall. There's a little bit of trim off to paint as well as epoxy the floor, because I figure, you know, we're doing all this, we might as well go ahead and epoxy the garage floor. Plus it'll be a nicer feel, look nicer, and just, you know, we're gonna be in here like almost all day, every day. It's gotta be nice. Your work environment affects how well you perform. It's as simple as that. You're in a good environment, you'll hopefully perform better. But what about all the rig stuff and the electric? So if you look behind me, you'll see we've got two outlets there. One's not fully set up, but that's behind me. We're probably gonna, I'm thinking, and we're open to feedback. Leave it in the comment section of the video below. We're thinking two desks right here, as well as a shelf over there, kind of behind the door, because otherwise it would just be dead space. Over here, we've got our panel behind us, and we already have 240 volts set up here. Thanks to John, we were able to upgrade it from, originally I had it put in when I didn't know as much as I do now, that I had two 20 amp circuits put in. We went ahead and upgraded the wire gauge to be able to run two 30 amp circuits here of 240 volt. We don't have the second outlet in there yet, but it's ran and ready just to be wired up from there. And with that, we're going to be able to test our rigs on 240 volt. This is especially useful for miners that really push that limit. Say a new card comes out that's crazy power hungry, or ASIC miners that are just notorious for sucking up a ton of energy. This is going to be super useful there. And then we've also got a couple other outlets here, and we're probably going to put a nice presentation desk here. And this is just kind of the same style of videos we've been doing, but you know, again, a better environment where we can control more of what's going on here. That's pretty much it for our plans here. You'll notice that we've got a lot of work to do. The only other issue that we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with it is to deal with the heat of rigs that are actually in the garage. Again, we've got the mining shed, so we're not gonna build out a whole farm in here, but I do wanna discuss the potential of, you know, how to vent that out if you were gonna build out your garage. For example, you can use the air from inside your house, which is gonna, you know, rack up your bills in the long run, because you're pulling in this air. More air has got to come back in there from somewhere. But you could use air from inside your house to cycle through into your garage. You could cycle it back in. Ideally, you're cycling it out. What would be a really good setup is, say, if you built an enclosure and you put an intake fan on it and an exhaust fan on it, and even if that was just in your garage, and then you put both those fans out through the side of the house, whatever. Granted, we're pretty limited here, which is a big reason why we had to build the shed in the first place, because of this concrete wall foundation. That's not something you want to install a fan in. Nah, I mean, I felt bad about drilling the hole in it for the 240 volt wire that we had to run through it. So, you know, with that would be a very good basic setup scenario. All right, guys, so that's our update video. We're building this out, a new YouTube studio and mining facility. So I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you next time.